So guys, this was my upper body session from Wednesday this week, second upper body session of the week. We did some overhead pressing, some pull downs, rows, and some arm work. But I was ridiculously I was ridiculously sore in the upper chest and especially in the front delts. And I was kind of debating with myself if I should even do overhead pressing. I was thinking if maybe just doing some lateral raises, some rear delts, but I decided to do the overhead press anyway, and it went pretty good. This is, I think, either 50 kilograms or almost 50 kilograms on the bar. I did that for 2 sets of 10 pretty easily. And last time I did overhead press, I did 52 kilograms for a set of 9 and a set of 8, but that was after a max out set of 5. And last time I used the heavier bar, which is 22 kilograms, and it feels a lot heavier than this bar. So I'm not sure if this bar is even 20 kilograms. Maybe it's like 19, maybe even 18 kilograms. I'm not sure. But I'll just count it as a 50 kilogram weight. So I did, let's say, 50 kilograms for 2 sets of 10 pretty easily. And then third set, I just did 30 kilograms behind the neck press for a very easy 15. I really like behind the neck press, especially doing it after the standing overhead press, because for the past 2 months I was doing only seated overhead press with the barbell, and then on a separate day I was doing 2 sets of behind the neck press. So doing it straight after a regular standing overhead press makes it feel a lot easier, because you're using moderately heavy weight, and when you go to the super light weights that you do on the behind the neck press, it feels a lot easier on the muscles, on the joints. You get the gist of it. But for the pulling section of this workout, I decided to just do some cable pull downs and a set of cable rows, because I was ridiculously sore from Monday. And on Monday I couldn't even do pull-ups that much, so I just decided to do some pull-downs, and they felt quite good, to be honest. The first set hit me in my biceps a lot, which really surprised me. That really surprised me. Like, my biceps were pumped after only one set of pull-downs, and it was close to a max out set, And it's the first time I do 72 kilograms on the stack. I've never done that weight, and I did it for a comfortable set of 8. And then the next set, I dropped the weight down to 62 kilograms, did like 12 reps, which I'm happy with. But then the rows didn't go really good. I didn't even feel them. They didn't even feel that good, to be honest. But I'm sure they work. I hope they work. I think for rows, I'm gonna start skipping this exercise because it just doesn't feel good, to be honest. For a wider grip, I mean. If I use a close grip, it feels good, but if I use a wider grip, it doesn't feel good. So if I want to do some wider grip stuff, I'm just gonna do like inverted rows, or maybe like just standard barbell rows. But that was the push and pull section of the workout. I'm happy with the overhead press, to be honest, because my shoulders really hurt before doing the overhead press, and I still got 50 kilograms for 2 sets of 10, which is awesome. And then we moved to the arm section of this workout. We started the biceps with these machine preacher hammer curls, which feel good. I'm not gonna lie, these feel good. I kind of had a hard time setting it up, but I lowered the machine a bit down, and that allows me to get a nice stretch in, and it feels good, man. I'm just not sure if my right arm is getting more work than my left arm, because On hammer curls, I'm a lot stronger with my right arm than I am with my left arm. But these feel good, and I superset these with some heavier push downs, straight bar push downs. This is kind of a sus angle, to be honest, but at least we know that I got some glutes on me, you know. Here the homie's talking a bit of trash. I thought he was like motivating me because he was saying like, "Oh, this is a nice exercise. This feels good, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." But then when I listened back to it, he was ironic with it. I don't know why, but the man's got some arms on him, so maybe he knows something I don't. But anyways, this is the second set. I decided to throw my towel on top of it because my hands were really sweaty. One thing you need to know about me is that I got the sweatiest hands in the world. I have a Guinness World Record for the sweatiest hands in the world. Even when I'm not training, my hands are dripping sweat. I don't know why. Like, it could be freezing cold outside. My hands could be like freezing, but they'll still be sweaty. So throwing a towel on top of that machine gives me a better grip, so I can like really squish it, really squeeze the machine and pull as hard as I can. And then for the second set of these push downs, I decided to go a bit lighter because the first set was really heavy. But it's good to go heavy on the push downs from time to time, but I kind of feel my left elbow on these, so maybe I'll just stick to like French presses for the heavier triceps work. But those were the two supersets, the first two supersets for the arm work, and then we move to one more superset with these alternating standing dumbbell curls, which felt decent, to be honest. They felt decent. I didn't really get a pump from these, but it feels good to throw some weight around. And here I decided to use some body momentum to kind of milk out those gains, and I think this is a good strategy. I haven't really done this in the past, but there's a lot of videos of Arnold, of Kevin Lebron doing this, so I guess it works. I didn't really feel a pump, but maybe it works. I don't know. I supersetted these curls with this long rope push downs, which is becoming one of my favorite push down variations. This is the exercise. This is the push down where I feel my triceps the most. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's good to go heavier on the push downs with a straight bar or a V bar here and there, but this really allows me to focus in on the triceps, and I really feel it burning. So I'm gonna go maybe one day heavier on the push downs and one day go lighter with the long rope for the squeeze. And then the last supersets were these. I did I think 2 or 3 supersets of these basic wrist flexions. These are only 5 kilogram dumbbells, but I feel a burn every time I do these, so I'm just gonna keep doing them until I can get a set of 20 with the 5 kilograms, and then I'll increase the weight, but I think that's gonna take a lot of time. And then I grab the 10 kilogram dumbbells and I do some flexions for the inner forearm, for the flexors, basically. And this exercise specifically is gonna get me a good grip for pull-ups, but one thing you need to know is that your flexors are gonna be only as strong as your extensors. So focus first on the extensors and then do flexions. And that was basically the workout. And then I decided to try some jump rope because I see my girlfriend jumping for like 20-30 minutes, going crazy on the jump rope. She's doing some insane stuff on it, but I can't really do anything with the jump rope. So I just tried it out a bit, and it feels good, you know. You get really good conditioning from this, really good coordination. It's a really good exercise. So whenever I can, I'm gonna do some jump ropes, maybe like 5 minutes before the workout to warm up, and maybe like 5-10 minutes after the workout to kind of I don't know. It's just fun to jump around. It's just fun to jump around. It gets your blood moving throughout your entire body. It's good for the lymphatic system. It's good for cardio. It is just a good thing to do. So I'm gonna keep doing it, and it's a very fun thing to do, especially if you got some music going. You can really get in the zone. And if you're not a noob like me, and you can jump for like more than a minute straight, because I've back in the day I used to do it more often, and I used to jump more than 1 minute straight, and it's great, man. It's a lot of fun. And you can see that I'm a fat boy currently. I'm a skinny fat boy. But soon enough I'm gonna do a cut and I'm gonna look insane. Here I'm doing some poses. It's not really good lighting. This is natural lighting, but you can see I have some mass on me. The back got bigger, the shoulders got bigger, the chest got bigger, everything got bigger. So when I do a cut, I'm gonna look like a Hollywood model. But that's a bit in the future. Anyways, guys, this was all I had for you today. As always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all of you. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you in the next one, baby. Peace out.